Rome, 1612, a courtroom. The questions are asked in Latin and the answers given in Italian. Each testimony of the 7-month trial is written down, but not all of the pages survive. What remains, 4 centuries later, is translated into English and now will be spoken again. Everything that follows is true.
Last Friday evening from my house at the entrance of Santa Spirito at about 11 o'clock. And I can't imagine the reason for my imprisonment or this interrogation.
Okay, Donatuzia, we will get there. First of all, how did you come to know Orazio Gentileschi?
I've known Signor Orazio for about a year, since he lived across the street from me in Via Margutta.
And how about his daughter, Artemisia Gentileschi?
I was told she was a respectable young woman, so I allowed my daughter to visit her. Later on, my elder daughter began to associate with her, and so did I.
And how did you come to end up living with the Gentileschi's?
Well, Artemisia and I began to enjoy each other's company very much, didn't we? She's shy. Signor Orazio was so happy his daughter and I had become friends, he actually hugged me quite warmly, saying now she could enjoy herself a little as she was always alone and didn't have anyone. He asked there and then if we'd take a house together and live jointly.
And how easy was it to move between your 2 apartments?
Oh, very, sir. Signor Orazio had a doorway and a staircase built, and she would visit my apartment frequently, and I would go to hers.
Who was living in the apartments during the time that you were living with them?
There were 5 in the family, namely Orazio, Artemisia, and her 3 brothers. Her mother died in childbirth, God rest her soul. Prudenza was her name. Oh, and there was another fella called Francesco. Oh, he was an ugly type with long black hair. They used him as a model for their paintings, so that's 6, sorry. I heard that Artemisia and Orazio considered Francesco their enemy, because he spoke ill of them, but what bad things he was saying, I don't know.
And who did Orazio tend to associate with?
Oh, Signor Orazio had many friends.
Go on.
There were 2 in particular. Cosimo, the orderly of the Vatican, recently deceased, and Agostino, who was a painter. Together with Signor Orazio was painting a room in the palace. Agostino was a real gentleman. He always showed great affection for Artemisia.
Signor Agostino Tassi, are you aware why you've been brought before the court here today?
Can I just say that it's been 8 days since I was arrested? And I was taken alone in the middle of the night. And now I don't know, nor can I even guess the reason I was arrested or why Lordship wants to question me.
Well, please state for the court your criminal history.
I've been in prison 2 times. 3 times? Once in Borgo. I was under the pretext that I had carnal relations with a sister-in-law of mine. I stayed in prison 2 days, and then was released by order of the Pope, and acquitted with no requirement of payment. Another time? Oh, God, yes, another time. Another time, I was in prison in Tordenona. That was for triviality. I mean, you know that. Your Lordship was the judge. I was released immediately. And I was also questioned and tried in Livorno. That was having beaten someone up, but I was acquitted. I've not been questioned, tried, or imprisoned any other time, except for those times that I've just mentioned.
Thank you. And please tell the court your profession and your place of birth.
I was born in Rome, and I'm a painter.
And, well, have you always lived here in Rome?
No. No, I lived in Florence for a time.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was there that I got into the service of His Highness of Florence, with whom I travelled to see the world. I I sailed on his galleys, did many paintings.
Very impressive.
And then I returned here, to Rome.
And how was it, Signor Tassi, that you came to know Orazio Gentileschi?
Right. I've known Gentileschi for a while. He's also a painter. Painted with me at Monte Cavallo.
And how about his daughter Artemisia Gentileschi?
His daughter? Taught her to paint a couple of times.
And would you, Signor Tassi, consider yourself to be well-liked here in Rome?
I mean, I do have friends. People with whom I associate, keep company, but now, no. I do not know who is my friend and whether they're friendly to me or not.
Well, be clear for the court and say...
No, I wish to state who is not my friend now. His name is Orazio Gentileschi. And I declare that man to be my enemy.
Artemisia, can you please tell the court how you came to know Agostino Tassi?
Yeah, so I first came to know Agostino Tassi because he was a close friend of my father's. He began to visit my house frequently and he became friends with Tuzia. And it was actually her who tried to convince me to talk to him. She kept telling me that he was a well-mannered young man, that he was courteous to women, and she said that the two of us, we were going to get along very well. And she finally persuaded me that I should talk to him because apparently Francesco, who was a servant that used to live with us, he was apparently going around the town and he was spreading scandal about me. And Tuzia said that Agostino had asked her if he could come to the house to tell me what the man had been saying.
And what did Agostino tell you that Francesco was saying?
Well, he said that he was boasting that I had given him what he wanted, but I said that didn't matter to me. Whatever it was that Francesco had been saying about me, it didn't matter to me because I knew what I was. I was a virgin. But Agostino, he said that it was upsetting him that Francesco was saying these things about me because of his friendship with my father and because he valued my honor. Can we return to Orazio's daughter, Artemisia?
Yes. I mean, I don't know much about her. Just that Orazio brought her, this woman here, with a firm intention of finding a remedy for the many troubles that his daughter was causing him by being, oh God, I don't know how to put it. Wild?
Yes.
Living a bad life. I mean, he was desperate. He needed this woman to straighten everything out.
And did you, Signor Tassi, ever have a conversation alone with Artemisia Gentileschi without Donna Tuzia present?
This I don't remember, sir.
Right, but you were her painting tutor, weren't you?
Yes.
Well, so surely then, at one point, you must have just been, left alone with the girl.
Don't remember, sir.
Signor Tassi, answer the question, yes or no. Were you ever left alone with Artemisia Gentileschi?
I don't remember. I have no memory of it. I mean, this is ridiculous. I do have other worries besides these. Like the study of my profession. The amount of work that I have to do for the Pope. So, Donna Tuzia, in the absence of a mother, would you say that you were acting as a guardian to Artemisia?
Yes. Whenever Orazio left the house, he always entrusted his daughter to me to take care of, and I was to inform him of anyone who came. He warned me not to talk to his daughter about husbands, rather that I should persuade her to become a nun, which I tried to do several times. However, she told me her father need not talk to her about becoming a nun because every time it did, it alienated her, so... that was that.
Thank you. And how about outside of the house?
Whenever Artemisia left the house, I would accompany her, yes. I remember one morning we went to church. We had to go at dawn because her father was so jealously overprotective, and she said, "Look, there he is."
Which church was this? Which church was this?
It was Santa Giovanni.
Santa Giovanni, thank you, yes, at dawn.
And there, outside the church, I saw Agostino and Cosimo. Cosimo, he stayed back, but Agostino followed me.
She said, look, there they are, Agostino and Cosimo, let's away. And Artemisia began to run as fast as she could.
So she stated that she was uncomfortable?
Yes, I did, directly, but it never made any difference because Agostino would always follow me.
Would you wait your turn, please?
Thank you. Said, don't run so fast, I can't keep up with you. So we left, Agostino stayed behind, and I don't think we saw Agostino again after that.
You don't think you saw him again, or you didn't see him again?
Sorry, I did see him. I did see him again definitely that day. Because actually, when we left the church together, not only did Agostino follow me home, he actually followed me inside my house. He found me in one of my rooms and he started complaining to me that I was behaving badly towards him and that I obviously didn't care about him, and he kept telling me that I was going to regret that. And so I said to him, regret what? Regret what? As in, he who wants to walk into my house and talk to me like this has to give me this first, meaning marry me and put a ring on my finger.
Was it normal for him to just come into your house?
Yes.
No.
Yes. The next day even, the moment my father left the house, Agostino, he came again. And this time, he brought Cosimo with him, and Tuzia, she let them both in. And I said to Agostino, oh, what, sorry, you're just gonna walk in here now, and you're even gonna bring this man, meaning Cosimo, and he told me to be quiet. And then Cosimo, he came towards me, and he told me that it was time for me to start being nice to Agostino. And when I said, do not walk into my house and threaten me, he said, Artemisia, let's be honest, you've probably given it to so many men that you may as well just give it to Agostino as well. And enraged, I told him I have little respect for the words of scoundrels like him.
How did he react?
Oh, he told me that he was joking, so I should calm down.
Does this sound right to you?
I do not recall to that. Maybe I wasn't there for that conversation.
Right, so to your recollection, they followed her?
No, she was the one
No,
that
let me
said...
finish, please.
Okay.
To your recollection, they followed her, but they didn't come into the house.
She was the one that said followed.
What do you mean?
Could have just been going in the same direction.
No, I thought you said she was trying to run.
Yes, but I'm not entirely sure there was anything to be running from.
So you're saying she's lying?
No, they stalked me, frequently. I was terrified to go anywhere and then even terrified to stay at home.
I'm just saying if they were looking, I'm not sure they're entirely uninvited.
So she invited it verbally?
You know what these young girls are like? The power they have, so they don't like it, but it's flattering, isn't it?
No, it isn't. Look, they were everywhere I went. Look, I painted this.
Oh, of course she did. You've got to remember Artemisia was 15 years old, young, creative, prone to artistic license. I've been on the other end of it myself.
Okay, look, can the court, please, consider one of my paintings?
So you just want to move on to the alleged theft of your artwork?
They stole my Judith and Holofernes. I would like to talk to you about my Susanna and the Elders. But I painted it at this time because of how I felt in all this.
Oh, what is this, a gallery now? We've all seen that picture. It's all bosoms and leering. I don't like that one myself.
Yes? Yes?
No.
Good. Yeah, I mean, we have it here.
Okay, great. So, well, do you remember what happens to Susanna in the book of Daniel?
Yes, Artemisia, we all remember the story. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. Now Joachim took himself a wife named Susanna, daughter of Chelsea's. She was a fair woman who feared the Lord. Now Joachim was a rich man. He had a great garden built unto his house. And every day at noon, Susanna would go into the garden to walk.